And today we are going to do a slightly different unboxing than what you are used to, because we have two really cool products to show you today. And these are, number one, the RaceBox. And today we are doing an unboxing, but slightly different than what you're probably used to on your typical YouTube reviews, because we have two very cool products. Because we have two products. I hope they're okay. And they are on the right hand side, the RaceBox, a new product from Bulgaria, and the very well known GPS device, the Dragy. So before we start this review, couple of notes that I want to mention. Even though this is a product produced in Bulgaria and I know very well the owner and creator, I have absolutely no interest in twisting the truth in anyone's favor. Second, and most importantly, we are here to properly test them and tell you at the end of the video so you can hopefully choose for yourself which one is the better product. With that said, let's go. Number one, we are gonna talk about pricing. We are having the RaceBox retailing at $249 at the time of filming, and the Dragy at $149. This is obvious win for the Dragy, and it gets a point. Second point are the size and dimensions of these two GPS devices. Starting off with the Dragy, you are looking at something extremely small, which is 8 centimeters longer to 3 centimeters wider and 1.5 centimeters tall. So just as a comparison to my iPhone 11 Pro, it is that small. On the other hand, we have the standalone device, which is RaceBox, still in very reasonable and manageable size. Its main competitor for the type of device it is the Race Logic Performance Box, which is definitely heavier, older, and with very complicated interface, which costs double the price at the time of filming. So they both have really good advantages. However, this one goes to the Dragy. Next up is coming the build quality. Both devices are made really nice. They feel durable, they look solid and very nice to the touch. So this one gets a draw. Next up is the battery life. Dragy claims it should be good enough to survive 10 hours of continuous recording, which is pretty good. However, since it has to be coupled with a smartphone, most of them are probably not gonna survive longer than that, so I wouldn't be really looking too much into these 10 hours. On the other side, we have the standalone device RaceBox with this super nice 2.4-inch LCD screen, and it has a 2000 milliampere hours battery inside built in, and it should be good enough according to manufacturer to continuously record for up to 8 hours. Both are pretty good, but this one would go for me for the RaceBox because it's just a standalone device. Next up is the ease of use of both devices. First up is the Dragy, which has an app, and it is definitely way more intuitive for most of the people with smartphones, since they already have one and they use it on a daily basis. On the other side, it is the RaceBox with these 4 buttons. It is extremely easy to get used to, and in probably less than 10 minutes you'll be able to use it. Still, this one goes for the Dragy because of that smartphone app, which we don't have still in the RaceBox. Next up are the features before we go and test these devices into the car behind. And this is where the RaceBox will probably win most of the rounds, because it is the standalone device that offers a lot more at the time of filming. We have not only the drag meter, what Dragy offers at the moment, but a lap timer built in. Dragy says on their website that a lap meter is coming soon, but till that is a fact, we are going to give the point to the RaceBox. Next up is the predictive option on the RaceBox. What it simply does, you should do at least one lap time or at least one drag, so it can give you times based on your average performance, and it can tell you, for example, on the lap where at which corners are you slower, so you can improve. Same applies for the drag meter. The Dragy still doesn't have that, so another point goes for the RaceBox. Let's talk about apps. This is where the Dragy wins, because this RaceBox still doesn't offer an app. However, as they clearly stated on their website, it should be coming very soon, but till that point the Dragy gets this one. When talking about apps, the Dragy is the one that you can immediately connect to social media, post your videos with putting your telemetry overlay on top, and show your friends what your car can do. Next up are the little features that the RaceBox offers, such as built-in memory and the 2.4-inch LCD screen, which is super bright and I absolutely love. I've tested it in all sorts of day conditions. It also, with its built-in memory, gives you the ability to save as many drag races or lap time records as possible, where here you're dependent on your smartphone. Next point is mounting in the car. The RaceBox is a standalone device with this suction cup. You can simply open the suction cup, stick it to the front windshield, and you're good to go. You have to wait probably a couple of seconds to get the first time that GPS satellite, but afterwards it is as simple as 1 to 2 seconds. The Dragy, it has to be mounted on special locations. This why it is coming with magnetic 3M plates, so you can stick them to a surface that it can get direct GPS satellite transmission over any of your windshields. It is a magnet, so I've tested in the car. You can stick it to some pretty funny locations and it will work. However, this point for versatility goes to the RaceBox because you can use it in many cars without having to search for a spot for the Dragy. As a conclusion, they both have really positive attributes and are really good devices for their money. If you're looking for the RaceBox, it is at amazing price compared to its main competitor, the Race Logic performance box, because $249 you're getting for half the money just as much technology. It is now with features that are super easy to use and you can connect in the future with an app that will be super intuitive. On the other hand, you have the very cheap, tiny and easy to use Dragy, which is a great and excellent choice if you're looking for that everyday device. You can always measure anything you want from your car. So great overall products. Let's go now and test them. Here we come to the final testing, what we've all waited for. So we have everything set up. We are gonna measure the quarter mile. Everything is connected, launch control active, and here we go. Oh, that's 100, way past there. And enough. The difference between the 4.18 seconds in the RaceBox and the 4.33 seconds on the Dragy from the 0 to 100 is probably due to the Dragy being placed at a different location than suggested. The results of the quarter mile were pretty consistent, with 12.44 from the RaceBox and 12.46 for the Dragy. That said, I think the Dragy should be able to work as long as you can safely secure it and it has direct connection to a GPS satellite. So, as you can see, after testing my X4 and some other cars the days after, I was left with the impression that the RaceBox is the more consistent product with the better results. In order for the Dragy to work right, you really have to place it unobscured at a secure spot. It works great with magnet plates provided. However, if you want to move it to other vehicles, this is where you might potentially run into trouble, like in my case. This is why after all the testing, the win goes clearly to the RaceBox. The Dragy is a really good product, but if you can afford the price tag of the RaceBox, it is definitely the better, more capable product which will serve you well in the long run. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed that video and I'm gonna see you on the next one.